All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Blame Your Brother. This is episode 103. Thanks so much for joining us. We're ready to do a great show tonight. We're streaming on YouTube, Facebook. We got it out there. So if you are available on Thursday nights around 8 p.m., come hang out with us as we record the show live. If you miss it, hey, it's available on all podcast platforms, so you're not missing out on anything. But the live chat's fun. You can chat with people, see videos and all that. So come hang out with us. Well, anyways, we're Blame Your Brother. There's three of us that come to you every week. I am 1/3 of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%. I am Cold Eyes. I am Basil Marceau Jr., and I am the spiritual midget, and I'm joined every week by this guy who sits to the left. It is my brother. It is Lee.
What up, everyone? I'm the man with no name, Mr. Womp Womp, and the one and only LeBron Safety Pin.
All right, and then we got the guy over to the right who almost needs no introduction, but we'll introduce him anyway. It's the one, it's the only, it's John.
John here, Zero Dark 30, this sober Del Rossi, Mr. PTI, the madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman. They do a madman. Okay, he's a madman.
Woo! All right, there we go. So, yeah, David, Lee, John coming at you. And we have many topics to discuss tonight. A lot happened this week, so we're going to get to all of that. Trust me. But before we get started, here's our opportunity to go back and apologize for anything we may have said last week, offer any retractions, omissions, anything like that. So we'll start with you. Lee, is there anything you said last week you need to apologize for or something you need to correct for the people?
What's the T-minus on the Dolphins game? Do we have that countdown timer working?
About a month away,
A month? Okay.
I think. Doesn't the NFL season start in September?
Are there any, supplements we can send...
The Titans?
No, the
Dolphins.
No.
You want to get them popped for what? Supplements to who? Who are you talking about?
I can't think of his name.
Sal?
Sal.
Oh.
Are there any? Of 5
Sorry,
hours.
Sal. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for not remembering your name, Sal.
If you're confused right now, we have a bet going on with Sal of the Not Playing Stupid podcast, and Titans and Dolphins play each other in week 1 of the NFL season. We have a little bet going on. If the Titans win, Sal will cut all of his hair off, donate it to children's cancer, and will wear a Titans jersey possibly. And if the Titans lose, we all will be forced to wear Miami Dolphins jerseys and don wigs for an entire episode. So,
I forgot about the wig part. I would like to retract the wig part if possible.
You offered it up. It was you that did it. So, all right. So is that what you got?
Yeah, we need supplement. We need to send them fish oil or something. What is it? Makes your hair grow faster.
Yeah, sure. Fish oil.
For the kids.
We'll send that to them. There you go. It's always good to send pills through the mail. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all right there.
All right, John, anything that stood out for you last week, man?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, good. Okay.
Just as a reminder, you're now a superhero duo.
Yeah, I am.
Magical underwear
and Cold Eyes.
Yep,
that's us.
I was hoping John would throw the AKA in there, but
I did.
Yeah, he's kind of running away from it, I think.
Well, there you go. Well,
he also picked up another one too.
Who, he did?
Yeah, Mr. Antioch.
Mr. Antioch. Mr. Trash Man.
Mr. Trash.
He was like that movie with it had the brothers in
I'm
it.
The beautifier, man.
Who are the brothers? Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Men at Work.
Men at Work. Here we go. It's John's life story. Okay, I do have one retraction to make. And I'll talk about a little bit.
Making history.
I went to the Baseball Hall of Fame, and I originally said that it was in Rochester, New York. I was corrected by Michael Anthony. It is actually in Cooperstown, New York. So I'll talk about that in a minute.
You know, your boy's going to be up on the P's and Q's, man.
Well, you know, I was in Philadelphia. I was in Philadelphia, so I was pretty close to Mr. Michael Anthony.
You didn't visit.
I did not visit. I did not find the time to go visit. Maybe another time, but anyway,
you could have given him a hug and a signature.
I would have in person and a selfie.
Yeah,
how about
hook that up? Maybe a special road trip. We'll call it the Ring the Freedom Bell tour.
It'd be the true memory of the week forever. This day in history, I was visited by Blame Your Brother. All right. Well, anyway, let's talk about what happened to us this past week. Lee, what's going on with you, man? You took over. Now, not many people know, but you assisted this week with the Twitter account.
I did.
So we've got multiple people now posted on social media, and you've had a pretty good week. Like, you have surpassed any weeks I've had, pretty much, you had a lot of likes, a lot of retweets, a lot of interactions. So how's that going so far?
Well, I'm still chasing your Florida Georgia line tweet.
Yeah,
That's like the gold standard. I guess I just need to take more people in like tractors or funny trucks or something. But I did like a little recreational babysitting. Recreational babysitting.
What does that mean?
So like when you're babysitting, instead of like staying at home and the baby playing on the floor, you take them out. You take them on for a little tour in Nashville. So we went to we went to the park, a couple of parks, Centennial Park, looked at the Parthenon, fed the ducks. Went to they have like the fountains that spray water that kids really like. So
Cool.
I did some of that. But I ran into an old timey recreation of a baseball game. Do you know about this?
I know of it. I've never been to it, but it is an ongoing thing in Nashville.
Yeah, it kind of blew. I didn't know a thing existed. They don't just play baseball. They recreate the era, like that. The officials are like writing on paper. They have like orange water jugs, but they cover them up in burlap so you can't tell what it is.
And there's no black players on the field, I would imagine.
I'm sure that they're open to all people.
Were there any black players at the game you attended?
There was a
go ahead.
There was a state trooper.
Okay.
That was a black female.
Black man. Oh, black female.
And she was going out. She was, for some reason, she was the one they designated to update the chalk scoreboard.
That's not historical at all.
It's kinda weird.
That's crapping on history right there.
I guess she had to. Maybe she was a park ranger. I don't know
Okay.
if she was even a state trooper.
Did you enjoy it? Did you stay for the whole game?
I didn't stay for the whole game, but we, checked out a little bit. When you're recreational babysitting, you kind of have to play around someone else's schedule.
There you go.
So,
was it like
interesting?
were the uniforms like, were they representing specific teams or?
For some reason, I think it's a Nashville team. They're called Phoenix, and then there's like East Nashville, Phoenix. Yeah, so some of them had, they were representing places. One of them was like Nashville, and one of them was Phoenix. I thought they were from out of town, but I think it's just a different local old timey baseball
the
team.
Bird Phoenix instead of the
Right. I
city.
don't know. You'll have to look that up and let me know, John.
That's cool.
Maybe we'll go. Have you seen the Conan clip? That's the one people keep bringing up when I tell them about it. Where Conan goes to like a baseball old timey recreation and like interviews people. Check it out in your free time, I guess. But we could steal that joke, I guess.
Where's it at? Where's this held at?
What I saw was at the Bicentennial Park over by the farmers market, if you're familiar with the area. But whatever, check it out. Look it up. You can Google it. I'm
Sweet.
sure.
That's sweet. All right, John, what about you? Anything happened this week?
I have a lot of good news and some not so great news. Good news
Share with
is
us.
I shared with you guys after the podcast last week. Me and Mrs. Tortorello are expecting.
There you go. Look at that, everybody.
Up and do the Cabbage Patch, John.
Yeah.
Give John a round of applause. Him and his wife are with child. Copying me, the lackey. It's from the lackey playbook. I mean your role model gets pregnant.
Were you lackeying up to Lee then?
No, Lee had his baby like a long time ago.
Well, maybe you were just behind.
My wife is
maybe
literally
you're not very good lackey.
My wife is literally pregnant, and then yours is. That's what.
Let me put it like this: if John had a soundtrack to his life, it would be "Wind Beneath My Wings."
There you go. All right, John. So
I was gonna say you raised me up, but I mean that'll work too.
So congratulations, that's great.
Yeah.
When is the due date?
The current due date that we're looking at is March 5th.
March 5th. Look at that, man. That's congratulations.
You're already getting congratulations in the chat. So
thank you, chats.
Oh, well, not maybe the congratulations you want. From Jason Steen, congratulations on the possible gay kid. But anyway.
It's always possible.
So, I mean, you said you had bad news. Is that something you want to share with us? Or are you gonna
I'll go ahead and throw it out there. 2 days ago, I took my son to a psychologist, and he is diagnosed with autism. And so it's a little bit of a wait to deal with for me and the missus, but we're kind of taking it in stride. When I first heard the news, it didn't hit me very hard at all. I just was like, okay.
How did it hit? Well, how did it hit? I mean, how do you think your wife took it in the moment?
She took it pretty bad.
Like upset, like crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. So when did it hit you?
It just there's something that we say a lot, especially David and I, is a phrase that I wish I knew back then what I know now.
Yeah.
And when you have kids, you kind of have that opportunity. And I know it's kind of selfish, and I'll admit it, but there was parts of having a son that I thought I might be able to live vicariously. And it feels like this news puts a damper on it. And there's some things that I always thought that my son would have, that goals that seem a little bit harder to reach now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say. I mean, and honestly, I work with a number of engineers, and I mean, I know, like, they've never told me, but they're on the spectrum to some degree, and they, you know, some of the brightest people I know. One of them is one of the funniest persons I know. So, yeah, it's obviously we can all sit here and go, yeah, you know, but it's obviously going to be something you have to deal with. And
I mean, there's some things I have no doubt about his success in life.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back to that. We have Chris Czynszak calling in, so here we go. All right, Chris Czynszak, welcome to the program. How's it going?
Oh, good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Can't complain, you know, doing good, starting the show off, you know, all that fun stuff. So Chris Czynszak is with the Decibel Geek podcast, and love the podcast, friend of the show, definitely somebody we support and love seeing his success in life. But you're here to talk about, we're back once again, the Nashville Rock N Pod Expo Part 2. So if people don't know, explain what the Rock N Pod Expo is and talk about maybe a little bit what happened last year and what you expect this year.
Oh, boy. How much time do you have?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So essentially, as you've been doing podcasting even longer than me, I've been doing it for about 7 years, and a lot of us that do rock and roll and metal podcasts, we guest on each other's shows and have known each other over the years. And, you know, your show and my show, we have the benefit of having our co-hosts with us in person. But as you also know, there's a lot of shows that they just do all their shows through Skype. And one of the big things about Rock N Pod was to bring even show hosts together that had never met in person. And we did that a lot last year. We had a KISS podcast last year that the two guys hosting the show had been doing the show for 10 years together, but they didn't meet until they got to Nashville last year. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And, but that was kind of the main thrust that started it, was getting everybody together. Cause over the years we'd always be like, it'd be cool if we got to meet up. And then, finally we decided, well, what if we crowdfunded the meetup? And then if you're going to have listeners pay for you to meet up and see each other, you should give them something. So then we thought about vinyl vendors and merchandise. And then from there, it's like, well, Nashville's a good meeting spot, so why don't we do it in Nashville? And then my show and a lot of other shows have interviewed a lot of the rock guys that live here, because for those of you listening that don't know, a lot of our shows cover a lot of rock bands from the 70s through the 90s, and a lot of those bands live out here. They moved from LA to Nashville. So it just made sense. And so I called out some favors and said, hey, thanks for coming on my show last year or whenever, and I'm doing this expo. Would you like to come out and do autograph sessions and meet fans? And I got way more yeses than I got nos. And then it just sort of snowballed into what it is. And we had a good first year. We had a good turnout for year one. And then that kind of built a buzz. And a lot of podcasts were saying, well, I missed it last year. I really want to be part of it this year. A lot of listeners of these shows saw how much fun it was, and we have more people coming from out of town this year, and we have a bigger, better guest lineup this year of people doing signing sessions, panel discussions, and as always, lots of vinyl and memorabilia and merch. And it's going to be just a big party in a big giant room at the Nashville Palace.
Sounds fantastic. So who are some of the guests people can expect this year? I know there's a couple big names and then some names people might recognize. Run off some of the names of people that are showing up.
Okay. Well, so for some of them that I'll do the broad strokes, because I mean a lot of my shows we know all these people, but I guess the biggest headliners, Brian Head Welch from Korn is going to be there. I got to meet him at a movie screening a few months ago, and one of the nicest people you could ever meet. And he's going to come, and he's doing a on-stage panel about his documentary about his life, which I saw, and it's a tough watch, but it's worth it. so he's doing that, and he'll have some question and answer for questions about his career. Then he'll do a signing session directly after that for any fans that want to come. He's not charging a dime for his autograph, so if you want to get your Korn albums autographed, he'll happily do it.
Wow.
And then he's going to appear on a number of the podcasts that are going to be recording that day. We've got 30 podcasts coming to town this year, and and a lot of them will be there with gear and recording. So a lot of the guests that are doing sessions will be doing interviews with them. Also, this is a band that was they're a bit of a cult favorite. They never broke giant, but they've got a cult following, a band called Angel.
Yeah. And
they were a popular band on the East Coast in the late 70s, and everybody's familiar with Kiss. Kiss was they looked evil, they wore all black and played hard rock. Well, Angel was kind of the opposite of that. They wore all white, but they also played rock, but they were a bit more proggy. There's like synthesizers and stuff. And they're a really great band. And so Frank Domino and Punky Meadows from that band, they put together their own band, and they're doing a full set of Angel tunes with some of their solo material. And they're going to be playing at the pre-party the night before, which we'll get to that in a minute. But for the Expo, they're a big draw. Ron Keel's coming. Tora Tora, band out of Memphis that had some hits in the early 90s, they're going to be there also. Let's see, producers, Michael Wagoner and Toby Wright. Between them, they've worked with Ozzy, Alice Cooper, Slayer, Doc and White Lion, Skid Row, Warrant, everybody. It's just an insane amount of huge stars. Paul Taylor from Winger is going to be there. Who else? Let's see. Jason Todd from Shinedown is going to be there.
Nice.
Also, Troy Lucetta, the drummer from Tesla, is coming. Also, Eerie Vaughn, the original bass player for Danzig, is going to be there also. And Mike Becerra, who was in Loudness and also sang for Yngwie Malmsteen, is coming. That's just sort of an overview of some of the, I guess, bigger names. But, yeah, there's a lot more than that's scheduled. We've got a lot of guests this year.
Nice. Well, you've already named a lot. I can't believe. I mean, in the late 90s, 2000s, man, Korn was like my band. So to be able to meet that dude and he's autographing for free that's insane, really. If you think about, I've been to so many conventions, and you know yourself. I mean, the autograph prices range from $40 to $100. So I'm definitely going to bring something out and get him autographed as well. That's going to be an awesome time to meet him. And I used to wear Korn shirts with all the guys on it. So it's going to be kind of crazy, man. It's going to be a fun time. So like I said, you got all the podcasts there. And I've met, the show have met a number of these people from your last appearance on the show. So we made friends with some of them. Corbin's and Fire podcast. Mm-hmm. We interact with those guys all the time now. Love those guys. Love that show. We obviously, Adam Cox, writer for you now. He kind of writes for the site for us. He interacts with us a lot. So it's fun seeing those communities come together, meeting new people. And like you say, podcasts have never met, meeting for the first time. That's just awesome stories. I went last year. It was a blast. It was fun. So, I'm looking forward to doing it again this year. Now you mentioned this pre-party, the pre-show or whatever. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is a pre-party concert that's happening the night before at the Mercy Lounge on Friday, August 24th. And at that show, the headliner is Frank Domino and Punky Meadows from Angel, and then before them will be Tora Tora. And then before them will be my buddy Greg Mangus, who he frequently performs with the Rock and Roll Residency. I'm sure you're familiar with. They play Mercy Lounge all the time.
Yeah.
And he's doing a cover set. And when I say all-stars, I mean all-stars. He's going to have some seriously heavy hitters playing cover songs with him at that show. And then also opening up the show, Ron Keel, who used to be based out of here in Nashville. He's coming back, and he's going to do a quick acoustic set to start the night off. And, that's on Friday, August 24th, Mercy Lounge. And right now, if you want to do both, if you want to see that concert and go to the expo, if you go to mercylounge.com and buy your tickets for that concert, you will get free admission to the expo the next day.
Nice. Look at that. That's a pretty good deal. So you can come see some great rock and roll on Friday night, then come hang out all day Saturday at the expo. So if people just want to come to the expo, what are the prices to get in, and how do they do that?
Well, for right now, if you want to get in an hour early to kind of get first crack at vinyl, you can do $20 and get an hour early admission. Or if you just want a regular admission, doors open to the public at 11 o'clock at the Nashville Palace. You can go to and that's $10. Just go to rocknpod.eventbrite.com if you want to go directly to the ticket site and do that, or you can just go to rocknpod.com, and it's got links to and actually the best place you can go to rocknpod.com, and there's a blog post sticky at the top that just says everything you wanted to know about Rock N Pod Weekend, and it's got links to everything. But I haven't even finished. We've got an after-show party at the basement that night that will have local metal band Denman headlining with some out-of-town bands playing. That'll be cool. And then the night after, we've got a comedy show at Zany's going on with 3 of the stand-up comedians that are related to rock podcasting. We've got Courtney Cronin-Dold, she's one of the podcasters that's coming on the Pop podcast. That's a pop culture podcast. She writes for TBS and Comedy Central. Earl Skakel, who has a popular podcast called Inappropriate Earl, and he's had members of Rad and Cinderella and people on his show. But he's also on Comedy Central's Roast Battle. He's on a Showtime show called I'm Dying Up Here. And most importantly, I've been on his show, so you know he's famous.
There you go.
And then headlining the comedy show is Craig Gass, who people know through Family Guy. He's also been on King of Queens and got his big break mostly through Howard Stern, and he's known for doing the most dead-on Gene Simmons impersonation you will ever hear.
Yes, I've definitely heard him on Stern before, and it's uncanny. It's uncanny. So basically, you got this thing set up for pre-show, actual show, after show, comedy show, man. I mean, has it been any easier this year putting it together, or is it just as crazy the first time?
Well, it's funny. Last year we did a pre-party concert and we did the expo, but I guess just because I've done it already once, and I've also, you learn a lot from year 1 to year 2, and then you also get more yeses after you prove that it worked the first time. So it's honestly been smoother this year so far. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts with all the shows, and the next few weeks are just going to be last year we did a pre-party.
That's pretty cool, man. What? That's big time then. Now, the big question I got to ask, because last year, I got involved in a little bit of after show stuff. Is Michael Butler going to have a table this year?
I'm thinking about it. He's coming back, but I haven't decided if I'm giving him a table or not.
Oh, well, let's hope he does. If not, but yes.
Can you do the tiny table? What is the Stonehenge, like the tiny Stonehenge of tables or whatever?
Well, I was thinking of doing the opposite and putting a giant throne on the stage and giving him the stage.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, man. It was, I got to say last year I got to sit down with Michael Butler, and to me that was a big deal. So I just tell people, you got to come out. You got to check this out. If you're a fan of rock and roll, it goes without saying you have to show up. But even if you're a fan of podcasting, you're a fan of the art of it and just everything about it, come meet some people, come hang out. And like you said, even the merchandise was great. I brought a couple of things last year, a couple of vinyl records I couldn't find anywhere. So there's a lot of stuff for sale. You got good deals. You got good dudes, working with you on prices. So it is worth it if you're a collector as well, rock and roll, vinyl, and things like that. You definitely need to come out. You need to check it out for sure.
Yeah, it's a really good time, and I just try to put it together where it's something that I would want to attend myself, and if you do it that way, you can't go wrong. And it was just the sense of community is the best part. And yeah, I know we had a little trouble with Michael last year, and it was a learning experience on all our parts. He'll even admit that. But no, I'm happy to have Michael back this year, and actually he's going to be moderating a panel with 2 members of the band Stars, so I'm excited to have him back this year. Michael knows the stuff. I've been a listener of his show for, going on 8-9 years now. So, yeah, he's been a part of this platform forever. So I certainly have respect for him. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's all water under the bridge. We're all good now. But yeah, I hope you guys will come out again this year, because I think it'd be good to see all of you again.
I will be there 100%. Unless something insane happens, I will be there, because I had a blast last year. Heavy Metal Parking Lot blew my mind when those guys got together and had that whole entire viewing and the question and answer panel thing. It was fantastic. Bought the book from the guy, read it, blew my mind. So it was very cool. I just can't stress that it's cheap. it's fun. You get your money's worth. You'll meet some cool people out of it. And what else can you say? Like, so where's it going to be at this year again? What can you name the place where people know where it's at?
Yeah, last year we had it at Music Valley Event Center. It's literally across the parking lot. It's at a place called the Nashville Palace, and it's got a small front room bar that's like a honky-tonk, but where we're at is in the back of the room, and it's like a 10,000 square foot event space in the back.
Good deal. Yeah, man.
And there is a bar, so there will be beer.
Ooh, there you got. So, well, there you go. You just talked like just about everybody was thinking about it. Now they're in alcohol, rock and roll, vinyl records, cool people. What more can you get? So go ahead and tell people once again, how do they find more information about it? How do they buy their tickets? Go ahead and stress all that stuff one more time.
Best place to go is rocknpod.com, rock the letter NPOD.com, and there's a sticky post right at the top that says everything you wanted to know about Rock N Pod Weekend, and that's got links to every event, everything you could want to buy, details and list of guests, everything you could ever want is on that link.
Nice. And let's not forget that you and Aaron Camaro, Decibel Geek Podcast, tell people how to get that, tell them what it's about. Go ahead, sell that as well while you're here.
Okay. Decibel Geek, we started the show 7 years ago. Rock and metal, conversation, music. We change themes all the time. A lot of Kiss talk because we're Kiss nerds. Just decibelgeek.com. We've got like over 20 writers from all over the world, including the great Adam Cox, who also works with you guys. Adam also runs the Facebook page. We're big on Facebook. We love doing that. New episodes weekly on iTunes. We're not good looking enough like you guys to do video, so for now it's just audio.
There you go. Well, yeah, definitely one of the greatest rock and roll podcasts. I mean, you guys have achieved so much. It has been amazing to watch. I mean, you are one of the big rock podcasts out there, so people need to go check it out. You and Aaron Camaro have great chemistry, great interviews, great music. There's something in there you're going to like, so definitely well worth checking out. I'm glad to see your success. I'm glad, you're back on here to push this again. We're hoping for like 100 of them. I mean, you may have to be your kids, but, I hope it keeps going forever. So people need to go Rock N Pod Expo, and we'll definitely get the word out. And, I mean, we'll see you there, and we'll hang out, have a few beers, and maybe even, whatever we're going to do. But I'm looking forward to it. So anything else to say?
Just congrats to you guys on 100 episodes. I've been following you since the beginning, and I go back to the PWA show days.
There you go.
And I'm proud of you guys. And I tuned in sporadically all through the 24-hour thing just to see how loopy you guys were going to get. And it was entertaining, to be sure.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Well, I can't wait to hang out with you. Let's grab a beer together. Let's have a good time. Rock N Pod Expo, August 25th, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, August 25th, Nashville Palace.
There we go. Okay, well, we'll be spreading the word, and we'll see you soon, man. Thanks so much for calling in.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
There you go. So Rock N Pod Expo, go to rocknpod.com. I'll be there. I don't know. Lee was there last year.
So does he know the things that you told us offline about how you were going to cause all that trouble?
Day
of show.
We'll see.
All that stuff you had planned. You and Michael Butler.
Hey,
been in cahoots planning for a whole year.
Last year.
For a whole year.
I was in the middle of a shitstorm pretty much, and all I did was went on a podcast and talked about podcasters. I just.
All right. Well, let's ask John. John, do you think David was in the middle, or do you think maybe he was the instigator?
There we go. Okay. Well, we'll be spreading.
David has a way of starting a fire and then creeping backwards.
It's the butterfly effect. I don't know how that tornado got started.
Well, anyway, there you go. Rock
You're
N Pod.
like Mayhem from the insurance commercials.
Rocknpod.com. There you go.
Actually, that is Dave in a nutshell.
Hey, come hang out and see if craziness happens this year.
I would say if I could give Rock N Pod one piece of advice.
Right.
Hire good security day of, and make sure they watch this guy right here.
Yep, there you go. David D. Brew, be watching me. You see me right here. So, all right, so John, so you were talking about, so good news, bad news. You got this great news. You're having a kid, then you found out your kid, diagnosed with autism to some degree. So, are you just kind of how you were kind of talking about that before the call came in.
Now it's like watching the Sixth Sense the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the twist is.
Yeah.
But all this other stuff that happened earlier on in the movie,
right?
Like, oh.
What stood out? What kind of stood out?
The vaccinations.
No, it's probably not a popular view, but I think I don't think vaccinations have anything to do with autism whatsoever.
I don't either, man.
I don't
was
either.
throwing that out there.
Okay.
But no, just kind of the way he reacts to different things, and when they were telling me about the diagnosis and everything, and what they saw and how he reacted to certain things, a lot of things they're describing are things you'd think, oh, those are good things.
Are you going to give us an example, or?
Yeah, sure. The fact that he's focused, the fact that he doesn't have to let you know about something. It seems like regular kids seek approval every time they get a new toy, and the fact that he got something and he didn't have to like, look, Daddy, look what I got. He just started playing with it. Whereas if there's, they said that kids that aren't on this spectrum normally, when they see something new, they like grab it and they hold it up and they show their parent.
Yeah.
And just a lot of very subtle things that you wouldn't think went into it, but after the fact, and now that I know what I know, it's just, you see things
right
more. I'm just struggling with the fact that my son's still my son,
right?
You know, and
yeah.
I can't forget that. I can't.
I have a question for you. What about like ongoing support? Is there like education that goes along with that once they announce that? Is there special, like training, or obviously it's a lifelong commitment, but just on the
there's
short term,
of,
long term.
There's a lot of stuff that they gave me. They gave me like 2 folders full of information.
2 folders?
Yeah. And I haven't come through it all yet because it's only been 2 days, but there has been a lot of stuff that I looked at, and the weird thing that it's almost reassuring to some degree, but there are millions of people that have never been diagnosed but do have it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's reassuring that people could have this disorder and be so fine with their lives that it's not even registering to anyone.
So from the chat, I mean, Jason asked, I think, a pretty good question here. Is there a second opinion? Do you go to a second doctor, or are you taking the first? I mean, how does that work?
In all honesty, it's there have been several different doctors that have asked if that's something that we wanted to do.
Okay.
And so I trust the doctors. And leading up to it, there's things that I wondered, and not just with Asher, but some of parentage on the maternal side of the
right.
family. Just little mannerism stuff that I always thought were odd.
Yeah.
Or things that registered on that spectrum.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we're here for you, brother. I mean, take it one day at a time. I think, people live with this every day. People get through it, and you just got to take it one day at a time and just have faith, I mean, that's essentially all you can do, and I'm sure it'd be fine. Now, does that make the second kid's arrival like more stressful? Is your wife more stressed out now about it?
Well, she is stressed at the fact that once you have a child that's diagnosed as being on the spectrum, the likelihood that future kids are also on the spectrum goes up. And so the fact that, like, okay, we find out we're pregnant, and then we find out
right
our first son has autism, and then knowing that the second kid has a higher risk of having it is kind of a blow as well.
Well, we're here for. I mean, we're here for you, and I think everybody is going to be sending good vibes your way. So just one day at a time, Well, let's go on a little lighter route here now.
Okay.
You, Lee, You hate what states do you hate? You talk Alabama,
Most.
Kentucky,
Most
Alabama,
things.
but on the
Most-
show,
Not even states.
on the
just
show,
most things.
you trash Alabama, Kentucky.
Also, I think Colorado was in there.
Okay, you did,
We've
yeah.
had some West Virginia hate.
Well, that's so John, West Virginia, Arkansas, you trashed.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm here. I'm here
right,
to
let's hear
add.
it.
I'm here to add.
You seen the East
You
Coast?
know, I watch these shows, bro. I watch a show like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I love that show, man. I think it's great.
Uh-oh.
You know, the characters a little bit obnoxious, but you like it when you're not having to, live with these people. I went to Philly. I flew into Philadelphia. I went to the Baseball Hall of Fame this past weekend. Went to the baseball.
I'm taking it wasn't sunny.
It was not. I went to the Baseball Hall of Fame inauguration in New York. Loved it. Had a great time. I'll talk about it in a second. But went to Philadelphia. It's trash town. Let's just call it what it is. These people are rude as can be. I don't know if they're trying to be rude. I don't know. I think Southern hospitality is underrated.
I agree.
I think, and it's subtle things like no. So we met.
It's the city of brotherly love.
That's a falsehood. I don't know where they got that from, but that was a lie. It's like saying Donald Trump said he's the greatest or whatever. Just because you say something doesn't mean it's true. The people at the airport were the rudest airport I've ever been in my life. Corey and the gym I went with, we were walking to get screened, and some lady goes, "Hey, you three. Hey, you three." Well, I just ignored her. I kept walking. But then Corey and Jim had to go to the back all the way to the back of the line when there was no line to begin with. There was just people literally walking down this aisle. So they got pushed to the
How
back.
can you go to the back of a line?
Exactly. That
when there's
doesn't
not even a
exist.
line?
And they're just like talking trash like, oh, these people are so dumb. Don't they know you can just get screened in this line? Oh, they're so dumb. This is the workers of the airport saying this out loud
Wait,
where
no,
you can hear it.
These were
Security, TSA people who you hate as well, Lee.
well,
So
I was saying, back in the day, you were all about the TSA, but now you got a little.
No, I never. No,
You got a little up front on you. You
No.
don't feel so good about it anymore.
I thought your social elitism was the problem with that. Anyways, went to store. They don't even sell beer in convenient markets there, like gas stations. No
gotta
beer.
go to the bar and buy like a 6-pack.
What is that? That's stupid.
it's pretty archaic.
I thought we were backwards here.
It's super weird.
The people were just rude. They weren't very friendly. Like you'd ask them a question, they were kind of weird about it. So Philadelphia, I went and saw the Rocky statue. That was awesome. Went and saw Liberty Bell. That was cool. Benjamin Franklin's grave. All that cool. Your people, if you're from Philadelphia, you're trash, okay?
So I got a question.
We know it. Go ahead.
Pat or Geno's?
Oh, I didn't go to Philly
you-
cheesesteak.
What?
Screw them. Screw your cheesesteaks as well. I don't want to go somewhere except for New York pizza. But I don't want to go to a place and you tell me what to eat. You don't tell me what to do.
What about Nashville hot chicken?
Yeah, you definitely got to try
What
that.
about Atlanta?
But look,
What about Atlanta chicken and waffles?
yes, for sure. But look, Philadelphia.
What about Georgia peaches?
You don't tell me what to eat. So I didn't eat a cheesesteak. I would the town is trash, okay? They were just rude all around. So Philadelphia, you're done. You're on my shit list. I'm not cool with you. But anyway, well, we flew into Philly. Then we drove up to New York. We went and saw the Baseball Hall of Fame. Corey, my brother-in-law, loved the Detroit Tigers. He's from Michigan. So Alan Trammell, you can see from my shirt here, Alan Trammell got inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame this year. So we went and saw that along with Chipper Jones. So we went to the Baseball Hall of Fame, which was very cool. I got to see Ricky Henderson, who was part of the parade, my favorite player of all time. That was awesome. Got to saw Hank Aaron was there. That was cool, man.
Wow.
That's baseball royalty.
It's history, yeah.
How
Man,
old is that guy?
He's older. I mean, he needed help getting out of the truck, but
What are we
he
talking,
got,
like 90?
I mean, he's older. He's got to be. But it was awesome seeing him, and just the applause he got at the induction was amazing. Like everybody stood up, and there was probably 10,000 people there. So very cool seeing that. Good experience. Cooperstown, New York, small town, middle of nowhere, but had a blast. Loved it. If you have a chance to go, definitely go check out the Hall of Fame. I mean, I was sending John pictures like I saw Cal Ripken as well. And Cal Ripken, so they had the parade and a lot of the past players were there, recent years were there, who got inducted. And so a lot of them would get out and sign an autograph, a couple of autographs. Cal Ripken stayed for 45 minutes and kept autographing for 45 minutes.
He's a stand-up guy.
He is the man. Massive respect for that guy.
As long as you don't cross the line, he's good for you.
Yeah. He was even like asking them trivia questions and engaging with them. Amazing. I like the respect I have for that guy now. Unbelievable. So it was fun seeing him as well. It was
Just don't Don't try to show up on his property.
Oh, don't do that with anybody. You know, that's a bad move.
My sister did that.
Oh God, what did he do?
He's like, you're leaving now. I'm calling the cops.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But there's a way. You can't.
Wait, which sister is this?
The one that lives up there.
Oh my God. What was her plan? What was the plan?
Man. Okay, 3 of my sisters you know quite well.
Getting married.
The other one's not far from the other 2. There's no plan. There's no forward thinking.
Were they in love, or did they just really want to meet Cal Ripken?
Cal Ripken is like a god in Baltimore. He's like the only good thing in that city, and so he's like everybody's hero that's not trash. And so.
There you go. John's sister almost got arrested for stalking Cal Ripken. So that was my weekend. Had a great time hanging out with Corey and Jim. Blast. It was amazing. Did it from Friday to Monday. So definitely a fun
what is
experience.
this about the baseball pitching? Did y'all do a little baseball pitching in a cage or something?
Okay. Let me stress, I did not do this because I know.
That's all. Well, I really only wanted to hear about your week.
Well, let me tell you about mine because I'll go back a couple of years. You know, you go to these fairs and these events and, you know, get up there. You can throw the ball. They'll tell you how fast the ball's being thrown, right? My speed was not good. It should not be mentioned, but it was bad.
What are we talking here? Like 20s?
A little bit higher. But look,
just lobbing it?
We're telling stories about Corey here. Okay.
Did you think it was old-timey pitching? Were you underhanded?
I got the yips. I cannot throw a baseball to save mine.
Yips.
Yips is when you can't throw the ball. Like I used to be able to throw a ball, obviously.
No, you never were a good baseball player.
I was decent. I wasn't like.
You weren't. You were like the kid like checking out flowers in the outfield.
No, here's what happened.
I got to go to baseball practice.
Here's what happened. My parents thought it was a great idea to let me start playing baseball at 12 years old. No, never played before, didn't do anything like that. So I get on
an excuse.
I get on the team, and everyone's been playing since they were like 7 years old. Of course, I was crap. I got better as the season went on. At the end, I was a decent player, but yeah, But anyways, so Corey gets up there, and it's all these like bros are there, and they're throwing like 70, 80 miles an hour, and kids are throwing like 60 miles an hour. And I go, Corey, brother, this ain't gonna go good. He goes, no, I got this, man. He got up there. I think the fastest speed he got up to was 52. A kid right before him was throwing 56 off the bat. So Corey got smoked, and then his Jim went up there and threw a little bit faster, but Corey was definitely embarrassed. I went, Corey, I told you not to do it.
That's not the place you go to see how fast
No, man.
No, you don't go to Cooperstown.
I'm going to put the video up this week, and it's not good. And the dude's calling it out loud too,
Dude, you
52. It's like, oh,
I mean, that's
man.
that's like playing cover songs in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And he tweeted out.
Don't do that.
I know.
Not really.
So Corey tweeted out, he goes, yeah, just got up through bad pitches, but I'm here to see the Alan Trammell Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers, because Jack Morris from Tigers went in as well, pitcher. They literally wrote back, well, yeah, maybe Jack Morris can give you some pointers sometime. I went, oh, dude, you just got roasted by the Detroit Tigers Twitter page, bro.
I'm sure he loved it.
He did love it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It was fun, though. It's a good time.
I can't believe you didn't get your yippee arm in there.
No, I would have thrown 20 miles an hour
fine.
for sure.
I think everyone would have loved to have seen that.
Oh, they would have, laughing. A girl got up and threw 60 miles an hour. And I was like, wow, unbelievable.
So can we take a road trip to the local golf cart / batting cage thing? Get you in there?
I'll get on batting cage and smoke you.
I'm sure they have like a pitching thing too, right?
Why, it's less of a man that has to prove his worth. I know what I'm worth, brother. I'm worth $1 million, okay? And whether I throw, hey, you think Cal Ripken can throw a 70-mile-per-hour fastball? He's in the Hall of Fame. Probably not.
He wasn't a picture. He was like he's like a shortstop, right?
I'm
shortstop and third base.
Hey, I'm a right fielder. I know my role. I stand out in the outfield and get the ball hit
Wait, smell those daisies? Is that what he's doing?
That's it. Yeah,
so
you gotta.
Have you ever gone to this mythical fair where they had the radar gun?
Yes,
and thrown a fastball, or were you born with the yippee arm? Born with the yips.
I think I developed it when I started playing softball at work. I was all right the first year, and then something got in my head, and I just can't throw the ball worth a darn.
You're mental.
I was born with the yips. I've never learned how to throw a ball right.
Okay, let's do this.
I used to.
Let's go to the pitching cage.
Okay.
And clock you.
Okay.
And then let's go to a hypnotist
Okay.
and see if they can clear up your yips.
I'm down. I'd do
Okay.
it. I'd smoke you in baseball.
and all.
I mean, I know you were a good player. I've told everybody you were a good player, Lee. I can't sit here and
All
act
right,
like
that-
you weren't.
well, wow.
Lee
That's good.
was a phenomenal baseball player. Okay, if he'd have stuck with it, I think you probably could have played college ball. You were really good. So,
Whatever,
and I don't give
what every
compliments much.
Young kid strives for a
There
little
you go.
college ball.
Hey, that's what most people that were throwing hard were there. They said they played in college, and once you get to college, it's like another level, to get to that next level. But hey, it was fun, man. Good time. So if you're ever in that area, go check it out. So there you go. So that was my week, and saw the Rocky statue, which was the highlight of the week. Actually, it was ran up the Rocky steps and everything. So there's video on our Facebook page. Go check it out. All right, what we got any news to talk about this week? Is anything happening in the? Oh, today was primary day in Tennessee. Did either of you guys go vote? Of course not.
Nope.
Well, as you see by the sticker on the video, I voted because, I matter. And while I was in line, no big deal. Photographer came up. He goes, "Hey, man, can I take your picture, man? Put you on the front page of the website, Spring Hill website." Yeah, man, go ahead. That's what I do.
They got like 5 people?
No, there was like
Five-person
no.
cover?
The line was like 40 deep.
I'm talking about the newspaper.
No, he said you got the look we're looking for, brother.
Right. I'm saying the newspaper delivers to like 5 people.
No,
in
5,000
Spring Hill.
people.
Okay.
He literally looked at me. He said, "You got the looks, brother."
He said
he actually
said
asked,
you got that radio voice.
He actually asked people to move. He told people to move. It was just me and my son in the picture. It was
Yeah.
So
Did they do a little makeup beforehand?
No, I don't need
backlighting.
Do you see this? Is there any makeup done on this stream?
I don't-
No. You
It
heard
is
Chris
tonight.
Czynszak. We're good looking. Just face it.
He needed a picture of those cold eyes.
Yes, a cold eye. That's what he says. Those eyes are so cold, man. So cold. All right, let's get to news. Man, we know about the hot pepper challenge. We know about all these crazy challenges. And then right now we got the Kiki challenge. You guys know what the Kiki challenge is? John, do you know what it is?
Is that the one where they dance outside the car?
It's the one where they dance outside the car to the Drake song. Kiki, do you love me? Well, guess what's happening with these kids that are doing
What
the
could
challenge?
possibly go
What
wrong?
could possibly go wrong?
With
Well,
jumping out of a moving car.
I've already seen some that have been simply amazing for the wrong reasons. One guy slipped on oil in the street, got hit by a car head on. This girl
I didn't
right
see
here.
that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I assume he's dead now?
No, he's fine.
Wait, he got hit head on by a car and he's still alive.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, I think that might have been a fake video.
Oh, no. No.
I'm pretty sure.
It hit him hard. He said it hurt, but he was fine. So, anyways, so we got kids
Hard
doing
hit.
this. Well, this story right here, 18-year-old Anna Warden says all parents and teens need to hear her story. She was trying to complete the challenge when she jumped out of a moving car. What could go wrong? The last thing I remember was opening the door. Apparently, I got out and hit my head. She woke up in the ICU. Her dad said I had 5 minutes to give her a kiss and not know what was going to happen. I will always remember that. So, Kiki challenge. Would you do it, Lee, at all for the podcast?
Hell no.
John, would you do it for the podcast?
It's kind of stupid.
There's so much wrong with it. First off,
what's wrong with it?
they picked a Drake song. Like
It's a tight song. It's a good
it's
song.
a tight song.
It's a good song.
First off, the world's not ready for my Drake moves. Okay, I would win the Kiki challenge. First off, but you don't jump out of a moving car.
Yeah, that's
That's
probably
101.
probably a dumb idea. The first guy that did it stepped out of the car. It was moving slowly and slowly did the dance while the car was following him. One guy got out of the car, apparently was driving the car. I don't know what this dude was thinking. And the car kept going. I think it crashed it or something. I was like, dude, how dumb are you? Do you think you're going to get back in the car? Jason said we're ready for the Kiki Lee dance. Now, have you heard about the new challenge, the hot water challenge that has come out this week?
The hot
Where kids
water
decide,
challenge.
they decide to boil water and throw it on their friends while they're sleeping. What?
Like boiling hot water?
The clip I saw was boiling hot water. The guy has severe burns on his face and will probably never be the same again. So, yes, the hot water
At
challenge.
least he doesn't have the same friends again.
And we and we always remember the Tide Pod challenges. It was just not too long ago.
They should just it's really just called the Darwin challenge.
Is it? Yeah, is it
right?
na-
like
is-
how
Is it natural selection?
successfully can we just kill ourselves?
I don't know. It's wild. Why would you do that? What, John?
Yes. What level of stupidity do you have to possess to think that you can boil hot water and throw it on someone?
Pretty dumb, obviously. Yeah, pretty dumb. John, is there any point in time when we lived together, me and you shared an apartment with Lee, did you ever think, you know what we should do? Let's go boil some water in a pot and go throw it on Lee while he's sleeping. Like, I just don't understand. Like, are these people, this is dumb. Like, Kiki challenge is dumb, just kind of stupid dumb. We've all done stuff probably that's dumb. Could have been
Okay,
slightly hurt.
what's the same kind of prank that you played on kids? Because I have a couple I could share.
Well, go ahead. I have
So there's a big one that you used to do where you would take warm water when someone was sleeping, you would put their hand in it.
Yes.
And the idea would being that would cause them to urinate themselves. Another one, this is embarrassing. I don't know if I want to tell the story. For some reason, we had a bunch of like sour gummy worms.
Okay.
And we thought like dipping them in the toilet and putting it on the guy's face would be a good time. That's about as close as that we got to throwing boiling water on the side.
And from the chat, Jason said, these are the same people that the CDC just told do not wash and reuse condoms. Like,
well, we don't know if it's the same people.
Oh my God! Like, how dumb do you have to? Like, can you imagine literally washing a condom, getting a condom, using it, taking it to the bathroom, washing it, and then reusing it? Like, I just don't.
I mean, I could think of worse things.
Could you really?
Yes.
Go ahead. Name one dumber than that. I dare you.
Like turning it inside out and reusing it.
Well, yeah, there you go.
That's pretty
bad. So there we go. That was the Kiki challenge of the week. We just want to touch on that. Kids,
I used a condom twice.
don't do the Kiki challenge, okay? All right, so what else we got here? What other stories do we got?
This is a big one. I know that you love Alex Jones.
Nope.
I know you're a big Alex Jones supporter.
Nope.
I know you're a QAnon guy. You follow QAnon.
Fake news.
Very closely.
Fake news.
You for years have been saying that InfoWars is basically the foundation that's going to save America and make it great again.
You laugh. You're laughing. I mean, you're kind of being funny. But I have a friend named Jeff.
Just give his full name.
Who is Jeff Howe?
Does he have a phone number you could share?
Jeff Howe, who is a avid Trump supporter, who tells me that he listens to Alex Jones every day and he's speaking the truth about the world. I keep going, Jeff, come on, man. You can't mean that, brother. Like, this guy is terrible. This guy is the worst. He's going around saying there's poison in the water, which we've talked about before. Fluoride's poisonous.
Which is not even near the worst thing he says.
Now he's saying, he had said at the time, the Sandy Hook school shooting. You know why I know this? Because I was listening with Jeff in our office when we used to work together the day it happened. And he said it was an inside job, that some third shooter was in the building and then crept out the back. So he's going around telling these parents of these kids that just died that this was a government inside job. And then he was sued by the parents for the fake news that he was reporting. Now, Alex Jones actually got the gall, got the audacity to sue the parents for $100,000 to recoup legal cost. I don't even know what to say about it. This is disgusting.
At this point of deception and lying, why would you not?
He said in court when his wife took him for a divorce, he said that it was an act. He was playing a character.
His lawyer just this week has said there is no way a reasonable person would believe anything on that show. That's his lawyer in court.
Right.
With this legal crossroad that he's facing.
This guy, this is bad media. When we talk about freedom of speech, which, I mean, yeah, that's fine. You know, we got Howard Stern kind of pushing the limits back in the day. We even have Fox pushing the limits of what is news. I mean, not really. Fox isn't really news. CNN isn't really news, any of that. But this guy here is going around besmirching literally kids that just got killed at school. This guy's disgusting. He is. I mean, he got his start during the Charlie Sheen stuff, when Charlie Sheen was talking about tiger blood and all that stuff. He was one of the few people that could get him on his program. So now, this week, Facebook has blocked him, YouTube has blocked him, but yet this guy continues to go, and people continue to believe in this guy. Someone tell me, please, why do people believe in this? Please explain it to me, because for once, I'm lost, man. I don't know what to say about this. Why do people believe it?
So have you heard about QAnon?
Yes, I did this week.
So this guy, Alex Jones kind of is part of the QAnon thing, right? Like, he buys into all the QAnon theories. He possibly even fueled it. It's madness, because people, they want to believe in something, right?
Yeah.
That's not true, but they want to believe in it so much that they're willing to listen to anyone that says what they want to believe. And that's what happens here. This QAnon guy, and Alex Jones was in on this, the Pizzagate.
Yeah.
He said they were running a child pedo ring in the basement of a pizza parlor.
I know.
The pizza parlor did not have a basement. The guy shows up with an assault rifle and starts shooting it off in the pizza place.
He should have been jailed for that. He
wasn't jailed for that? Surely.
Well, he should have been jailed for that. And this is a guy who believes the lizard people walk among us. So please don't support Alex Jones. And please know this guy's a nut job who's only selling to nuts themselves to further make money and further it's just disgusting. It really is disgusting. And I don't know how anyone could support this. But anyway. All right. I think we're coming up on time. So how about you want to jump into the Dear John this week? All right, John, get ready. It's time for you to give some advice.
Dear John, dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, so we got somebody who wrote into the show. They have a question for John. John's going to listen to it, and he's going to give them some advice. So here you go, John. Here's your chance to nail it this week.
This
Lee,
one comes
go.
in. Dear John, my husband has a long, bushy, ugly beard. And although I don't like it, I realize he's entitled to wear his facial hair any way he likes it. The problem is when he eats. His beard gets into his plate and in the food, which I find nauseating from too much hair in Texas. Short and sweet.
It's short, not his hair.
She says the problem is with the food, but,
But she starts off with long, bushy, ugly beard.
Yeah,
So there you
let's
go.
Let's be honest. You don't like the beard, period. I wonder if this is just her trying to get him to cut his beard. I mean, is he a Neanderthal? I mean, does he not know how to eat? I mean, because if he shaves the beard and he eats sloppy with the beard, how's that going to make his eating habits any better? I think you're just trying to find a way to get your husband to cut his beard. Tell him to cut his beard if you don't like it that much, or at least trim it up. But otherwise, just deal with it. I mean, how long has he had the beard the whole your whole marriage, and now you're complaining about it? Yeah.
So if your wife had super long hair, like Crystal Gale long hair, all the way down to her feet, and it really bothered you, do you have a right to demand them to cut it? Like, do you have that right? Is that part of the bond of a relationship? How does that work?
To make her cut it? No. And also, I mean, it really depends on if she had it the whole time.
Why does that matter?
Because if you married somebody and they're in a certain state and you never complained about it.
So wait. If you marry someone and they're in a they're in an automobile accident and they can't walk anymore, you can just be like, well, that's not who I married. Later.
No, I'm saying if it always was the case, you can't suddenly complain about it.
Well, you can.
No.
I mean, you can.
You can, but I mean,
okay, you're
wrong.
Your partner's in an accident, bad accident, 3rd-degree burns all over the body, can't walk. I mean, you're obligated to stay with them for the rest of your life and never.
No, you're not obligated.
You're not obligated.
But here's a better example, because that's very extreme.
Jump ship.
So you marry young,
okay,
and a woman's really into fashion, and she wears 21 Forever style, like very young clothing because she's young. But then she grows up and her style changes and she doesn't wear young people's clothes anymore. She wears more adult, like business, very formal or whatever. And you're just like, I don't like your style anymore because it's not the same when we married.
I mean, you could mention it, but I mean, it's not like you were dating her wearing mom jeans and then one day, all of a sudden, you're like, you got to cut out these mom jeans after you've been married 15, 16 years. That's
what
I'm
if she's
saying.
been wearing mom jeans and all of a sudden she starts dressing like super short, revealing, lots of cleavage?
That's when that dude deserves a high five. He shouldn't be complaining.
Oh, if you're white, wait up.
I'm kidding.
You got to run it.
I'm kidding.
Do we got to run the misogyny alert?
Misogyny alert.
Wait a
Misogyny
second.
alert.
Oh, baby, you
Misogyny alert.
got to go grow your hair out, girl.
If your wife started wearing revealing outfits, you're saying you're like, good, I hit the jackpot. That's really your statement right now to everyone in this chat. You won.
There would be a part of me that would be happy.
Oh my God.
Man, he's
Hey.
not lying.
The man knows what he wants. What can he say? I don't
Well-
know how this helps the lady with the beard, but I would say my advice is like the beer is just the tip of the iceberg that we're seeing on the calm waters,
I
right?
just say hold out and tell him until the beard goes, you don't get none, son. I mean, that's,
That's
one
one
way.
way to do
That's
it.
one way to deal with it, right? Like, I
you
find
go.
you disgusting, and that's it.
He'll cut it.
Or he'll cut her out. I mean, either way, you win either way. All right, so that was Dear John. If you want John to give you some advice, write it in. Let us know, bybpod@gmail.com, or hit us up on the website where you can do that. Okay, Lee, what else are we getting into this episode?
Yes, we got some keys.
We got some major key.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That was not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, there you go. It's time for our major key. That's where we give you a life lesson that we obtained from this week's episode. I don't know, man. This show went super fast. Like, we blinked and it was over with. So, Lee, is there anything you took away from this week's episode?
Yeah, I got 3.
Oh, here we
First
go.
one, be good on Facebook.
Okay.
The second one is don't be born with the yips.
Yep.
And the third one was hold out for the nun, son.
John?
Cut him off.
Cut them off.
Cut them off.
You tell me. I mean, you guys pick which one.
I wrote them down. You give us the key this week, Dave.
Oh, let me hear those again. So be good,
Be
on,
good on
Facebook.
Facebook. Don't be born with the yips and hold out for the nun, son, or cut them off.
I'd say let's go with hold out for the nun, son. There we go. It's your major key of the week.
Now, everybody. I got the keys now.
There you go. Something for the ladies for once. All right. This was episode 103 of Blame Your Brother. Remember, Rock N Pod Expo is coming up very soon, just in a couple weeks. So make sure you go to rockandpod.com. Come hang out with us, Chris Czynszak, Aaron Camaro of Decibel Geek. You're going to get to meet Head from Korn, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. Number of other great, Angel, the rock band, other podcasters, our friends of Cobras and Fire will be there. We can't wait to hang out with all you guys at that event. So go check that out. And, don't be buying into this Alex Jones stuff, okay? But anyway, got to go to the website. It is blameyourbrother.net or bybpod.com. Both go to the same place. Go there. Check out all the past episodes. There you can subscribe to the podcast different ways. Follow us on social media. See Lee's tweets that are blowing up. New shirts available on the Blame Your Brother Teespring website. So if you go click on that link on there that says buy a t-shirt, we have a new monkey edition. It's a monkey face. I think you'll love it. People have been pretty happy about that. So go check out the shirts. Less than $20 can get you a Blame Your Brother shirt. You can show the whole world and, everyone be impressed with you. We're streamed every Thursday night. Radio Vegas rocks. Go check us out at radiovegas.rocks. Go check out tons of other great shows. Not Playing Stupid. So many out there. You'll thank us when you go there. Not Playing Stupid's on there, but yes, Radio Vegas rocks. radiovegas.rocks. Go check it out. And you can always email us on the website. So if you want John to answer something, or if you want to hear a topic that you want us to talk about, hit us up on the website or hit us up on social media. Do it. We will respond. We enjoy engaging with you people, and we thanks so much for hanging out with us, for always listening to the show and all that good stuff. And if you're going to buy anything through Amazon, hit that Amazon link on the website. Helps us out a little bit, takes you to Amazon, do your purchases, and we get a little kickback. So that's about it. Go tell everybody about the podcast, tell your friends, your enemies, all that good jazz. And with that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Welcome to Memory of the Week. Today is Thursday,
This must never
August
be
2nd, the
by anyone.
214th day of 2008.
Has anybody seen this?
There are
Nobody has seen
151
this.
days
They have
of
to be
the
found
year.
and talked
On
to.
August 2nd, 1939, Albert Einstein signed a letter to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt urging the creation of an atomic weapons research program. That is today's Memory of the Week. David, John, and Lee, back to you.